and I stripped out the teeth. And then it broke. And then I put one in that I had when I bought the bike back on it. And that damn thing broke too, but I bent it in half trying to show somebody that it was weather cracked. That's why it went bad. So I put my new one on, and then after that, I stripped it, put that one back on, and broke it. So now I put the new one back on that I stripped in the first place, back on, waiting for my other new one. Should work. They call me the gambler, so I might as well gamble. But yeah, I'm running the SS belt now. Got a couple teeth missing out of it, but I never bent it around and broke it. So it should last. As long as I ain't beating on the bike. Hell, I was ready to ride up the boobies with it over the weekend, but people talked me into having to have it changed. The wife, Joe, Charlie, a few others. So I did, just to be safe. They scared me. But here I am back riding on the same belt. S&S hasn't returned my calls. They're trying to get out of replacing it under warranty. So I might have to buy another brand new Harley belt. They're only a couple $100 a piece. Rockford, Illinois. Gotta love it. I think the belt has actually got its full strength. I'm just missing about 15, 25 teeth on the belt in one section, but it's not slipping. Going down the New Harrison right here. Used to be all houses and fields. Whoever poured the goddamn concrete on this road, what the hell they're doing? I ever rode on that's brand new. Boom, 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 boom. Hear it? Crazy. There's the old gals. be a lot of cops out lately anymore collecting tickets. Traffic tickets, that is. See that phone jumping all over? That's how bumpy these damn roads are. Down in Tennessee, you go down there, smooth as glass. Up here, it's choppy as hell. There's Lowe's. Anybody have ever seen Lowe's before? They got a distribution plant there that probably hiring for all I know. Lean with the queen. My radio don't work while I got my phone recorder on. Works off of Bluetooth. Yeah, people thought I was crazy putting that old use belt back on. I'm like, dude, I could pop that thing off in 2 hours maximum. I got it down pat so well. I only had it off 5 fucking times. So yeah, that's why I'm back riding again. My new belt's not here, but at least I'm riding. People that ride, they don't realize, or people that don't ride don't realize how much fun it is to ride. And a 110 horse open sleigh. Belt's stronger than you think, I guess. All these bikers keep on passing me by, throwing their hand signal down. I got this phone in my hand. Kidney care. You ever got kidney stones, you might want to go there. Oh, I can't believe I didn't ride this bike all weekend. Kept breaking belts. One thing, don't tighten the belts tight thinking they gotta be tight, because they don't. They gotta have a ½ inch or ¼ inch maximum jiggle. Make them tight, you're gonna break it. Gotta have just a little bitty lift. Long Lane, the old Rockford Products building right there. A lot of people remember that. Back in the day, they made all the header bolts right out of that company in Elko. My pant leg's on fire. Must have been laying on the muffler. Nice to ride to work, I know that. The only time I get to ride anymore is to work. I need to get me a camera mounted right here on my bike. That way I can go riding, I can be out messing around, and you can check out how it is. Not that you care. Some people might be like, man, I'm gonna watch this guy ride his motorcycle all day on YouTube. Now there's cameras everywhere. Look it up on that damn stoplight over there. That one over there. Some of you are like, man, watch that belt's gonna break right now. I know it. No, it ain't gonna break. Trust me. It'd strip out and leave me stranded before it broke. I realize they're strong in the diameter wise, but as far as handling the teeth, taking the teeth with a good grip, ain't gonna work. They'll rip the teeth right off. Got some horsepower like I got. I think I'm pushing like 130 horse, 130 torque. Still got to get my dyno. Ride past Armin's house every day. Damn Rockford roads in general are all screwed up. Thanks to Pritzker. you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Not too bad. Nice long weekend.
That was a good weekend. It was nice to have time off.
Which guys end up leaving Friday or Thursday?
Flat block.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had us work the whole shift.
Yeehaw. No truck today?
We left at noon.
Oh.
Father, I think, had some type of doctor's appointment he wanted to be there for. His dad got some health issues right now. So he took off early to go help deal with that.
Been there, done that.
But yeah, everything's running right now. I mean, we'll have it set up on 13.
What'd they ever do with this? They run that with a 10 degree, or they fix the angle?
I can't remember. I think Chuck dealt with that on Thursday.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause I was going between 13 and 9 to get that station job out. And I was dumping fans everywhere else, but I wasn't over here at all.
He was getting 10 degree on it, close up to 15. I said, hell, I don't know. And she's like, the bug is take it down. I'm like, all right. There's no, ain't no reason to run it, not know if you can run it with a 15 or not, or 10. I don't remember what it was. I knew it was 5 degrees off, but
I don't think 5 degrees is ever going to make a difference.
no. It's just way the lead is or whatever for their, but I wasn't that guy to make the call, so.
Yeah.
Did it run good for him? You didn't know?
I don't know any of that.
Yeah. Say it was ready to go. It just had that 15 or 10 degree. I mean, I could have changed it, but no one was there to say, yeah, go ahead and change it. But you know what I mean? But, so we were damned if we did, damned if we didn't. This one gonna run all night? Back one?
13 will probably run about half the night for you. Maybe a little less than half the night, but I can go show you the tooling in the tool room for the next job for that one.
All right.
And actually, I can show you something. So, the top feed wheel backed off at some point on me Thursday. So I put the little stem that's sitting right here, so I put it in there. So it doesn't back off, but this little guy right here popped off, and at some point, the roller worked its way out. Hey, that 10 feet 21 265 is over there for the wonderful header. I have to grab it from the thing, you know, it's over there in the middle. Go ahead, 10 feet 21 265 is door number 6. Go in there, come back tomorrow. 265 size wire? Okay. Okay, good, get those correct. So yeah, so that sucker backed off. And, well, threw that stem in there, and ever since then it's been fine. So that's another thing that you'll want to keep an eye on. So it backs off and puts a flat spot on the body of the part. So, unfortunately, the part, if I was running the body on the high end, the part probably would have been fine, but we were running on the low end of the body. So the flat spot put the body at like 300 on that side. So Rollstar wasn't going to be able to work with that. So anyway, I put the roller on tight, fixed it up right, and it was good to go after that. So,
All right, roll.
yeah.
So the next job got the same wire or no?
Same wire, draw, tight bolt. I'll show you the note in there at left. I want to show you something else. Show you the corners on these because I made a comment. I don't know if it was you or Chuck, but see how much better those corners fill out with the part being so short. So when you're running, like, I couldn't even tell you how long you can get until it starts doing this stuff. When that punch hits the part, when the part being so long like that, it bumps the part up the rest of the way in the die. So some of that material goes down and doesn't help fill out the corners. That's why you get that fall off on the hex washer head with long parts like that. You're never going to be able to fill them out perfect like these, you know. So in case you ever come across that, don't waste your time. Because you're just going to be doing what Jeff did, where you spent half the night trying to fix what I already had going and realize you can't do it. And you put everything back together the way I had it. So those will probably fill out a little too tight. I use whatever the used insert was in the casing. If that insert goes out, you don't have to fill them out that tight. As long as it's in print, that's all that matters. Right. So, but yeah, I thought that was interesting. I'm glad Mike put the part up here because I wanted to confirm that, but that's pretty much what happens when that long of a part gets that much material to bump up in the die, you know, and that's where all the material goes, you know. So, and then you got factors like you're running at 12 diameters on the body, which is about your max telescopic, and there's about 4.5 diameters in the head, which is about like borderline max where you want to be in your head. So that was a perfect storm and perfect opportunity not to worry about filling the corners out so tight. But anyway.
Yeah, as long as it's over 103, right?
Yeah, as long as it's over 103, you know. And then, yeah.
But we usually want to run it about 120, 130, I guess.
Yeah, these are like 150. That's how much we had to open up that insert for the other job. But yeah, you can see those are way too tight. But
yeah, as long as it ain't pulling a booger up, it's fine, right?
well, right, yeah. As long as you can't, you know,
As
long as you can't feel the burr on the top of the head with your finger. That's my rule of thumb.
Right.
So even if it's at the very top, as long as it's not above the top of the head. But yeah, there's only 500 thou in the body to pump up versus 2 inches.
Right.
So there's a big difference there. Anyway, I'll go show you that other job.
I think they might still be working on. Did you clock out already? Ah, dang. Okay. So I had him start to work on this punch for me. I should have told him kind of needed it for the night anyway. So here's your punch insert. A little too shallow for this punch.
Yeah.
And that was the closest one I could find in the drawer for that punch insert. But
what did you do? Make up a bunch of stems for it?
well, yeah, he did. I asked him what he wanted to do. Whether he, you know, I told him it didn't matter. You could either face off the punch. Oh, that'll fit. Nice. You could either face off the casing or put a shim behind it. And he made a couple of shims. But yeah, that was
This ain't got no plug behind it?
Right now there's no plug. So normally this runs over on 16 and 17. So
That's what I mean, there ain't no...
right, we had to retool this for number 13.
You wouldn't want to put that on behind here, though. Would you?
No, I don't know if he's
Yeah,
got a hole punch on that little kit he's got, but we'll probably want to...
That's what I mean, it'll get a plug behind it?
Right. Yeah, so you want to pop a hole in it or do whatever you need to do to get a hole in it.
Yeah.
Probably
I
bigger
cut a
than
hole.
that.
Anyway.
Right, right. I mean, you know what to do.
Yeah.
And then just get a plug that's just long enough.
I'll just cut a hole bigger than this hole. That way it can go
Perfect.
straight to the
Yep,
back of the
yep,
insert.
that works. Yeah, that works. So there's that for you. And then I wanted to show you the blow. Because I didn't have a blow small enough for this job, I pulled one out of the drawer that I've been using for a flathead. I think you can work, but you might have to back the blow off and add a longer blow pin in order to work it right, like an oval head or a pan cap. I think you'll be able to make it work, but you got to back it off. You can't.
So you want to get a blob out of the...
a little bit more of a little of a blow blank, so then when that punch hits it, it'll fill it out evenly. Otherwise,
Right.
So if you're tapping the die with it, it's just going to push the material down in the corners, and you're not going to have enough to get a nice contour top.
Right.
So
You want enough, but no flash.
yeah, so you're probably going to want, I would just guesstimate an extra 50 thou longer blow pin to start off, and then just back it off 50 or so, and go from there.
All right.
So
to give me a taller head to work with.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, all the head in there are like 218 wire and all that. We're running 199 out there right now, and this is
So that's basically a free flow
yeah
up to that head,
right.
basically.
Yeah.
You don't want, I mean, because you could, the more you give it material, the bigger diameter it gets.
Right.
So you want just enough to get in that cavity, fill it up right. And
Pretty much. And the other thing is too, I think this is cut a little too, or not wide enough. And so if you go too close to the die, it'll start putting a little ring around the head.
right.